Stop. Right now, think of the most magnetic woman you've ever met. Got her? Now ask yourself, why her? Was she the most beautiful woman in the room? Maybe, maybe not. Was she the loudest? The most outgoing? The most perfectly dressed? Probably not. But something about her made everyone else fade into the background. Something you couldn't quite name. Something that made you think about her days, weeks, even years later. That something? It's not an accident. It's not luck. It's not genetics. It's a frequency. And in the next 9 minutes, I'm going to decode it for you. Because once you understand what makes certain women absolutely unforgettable, everything changes. Let's start with your brain. When you encounter someone with true presence, your nervous system doesn't just notice, it responds. Within 3 seconds, your brain releases a cocktail of chemicals, dopamine, the motivation molecule that makes you want more. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone that builds instant trust. Norepinephrine, the attention chemical that makes everything else disappear. This isn't attraction in the superficial sense. This is recognition. Your brain is detecting something rare in the modern world. Authenticity, confidence, genuine presence. And here's what's fascinating. Studies show that when people rate attractiveness, confidence and self-assurance boost perceived beauty by up to 40%. That means the woman who walks into a room owning her space, comfortable in her own skin, genuinely present in the moment, she literally becomes more attractive. Not because her features changed, because her energy changed the way people see her. Scientists call it the halo effect of confidence. I call it understanding the game. This isn't new. History is full of women who captivated the world without fitting conventional beauty standards. Take Cleopatra. Ancient Roman historians, who had every reason to diminish her, admitted she wasn't the most beautiful woman of her time, but they couldn't stop writing about her. Why? Her voice, they said, was like an instrument. Her intelligence, intoxicating. Her presence, undeniable. She spoke 9 languages. She moved through rooms like she owned them. She made the most powerful men in the world feel like they were the only person in the room. That's not beauty, that's mastery. Or look at Audrey Hepburn. In an era that celebrated curves and bombshells, she was petite, unconventional, different. But something about her, that grace, that authenticity, that kindness that radiated from every interview, made her more iconic than women who fit the beauty standard perfectly. Modern examples? Think about the women who truly captivate on social media. Not the ones with the most filters, not the ones trying hardest to look perfect, but the ones who are real, the ones who share their struggles, the ones who laugh at themselves, the ones who show up authentically, imperfections and all. They're the ones we remember, they're the ones we trust, they're the ones we keep coming back to. Because in a world drowning in perfection, real is revolutionary. So what exactly is this quality? What separates the woman everyone remembers from the woman everyone forgets? It comes down to 3 things. 1. Embodied confidence. This isn't arrogance. This isn't pretending. This is the quiet certainty of someone who knows who they are. She doesn't walk into a room scanning for approval. She doesn't change her posture based on who's watching. She doesn't dim her light so others feel comfortable. She simply exists with intention. And that intention creates a gravitational pull. 2. Authentic presence. In a world where everyone's half present, scrolling while talking, thinking about the next thing while in the current thing, the woman who is fully there becomes magnetic. She makes eye contact that feels genuine. She listens like she actually cares what you're saying. She responds with her full attention. And in those moments, you feel seen. And feeling seen is addictive. 3. Unapologetic self-expression. The most memorable women don't follow trends. They set them. Not because they're trying to be different, but because they've stopped trying to be anything other than themselves. She wears what makes her feel powerful, not what's popular. She laughs the way she actually laughs, not the way that's cute. She speaks her mind even when it's easier to stay quiet. And that authenticity? It gives everyone around her permission to be real too. That's not just attractive, that's liberating. Here's what's changing right now. The old beauty paradigm is dying. For decades, we were sold a single definition of beautiful. tall, thin, young, symmetrical, conventional. But social media, for all its problems, has done something revolutionary. It's shown us that magnetism comes in every size, shape, age, and style. The plus-size woman who moves with confidence, millions of followers. The woman in her 50s who stopped dyeing her gray hair, iconic. The woman with vitiligo, with scars, with features that don't fit the mold, unforgettable. Because modern audiences are starving for authenticity. We're exhausted by perfection. We're tired of feeling inadequate. We're desperate for something real. And the women who are winning right now, they're not the most filtered. They're the most genuine. They share their morning faces without makeup. They talk about their insecurities. They show the behind the scenes of their lives. And paradoxically, that vulnerability makes them more powerful. Because vulnerability isn't weakness. It's relatability. And relatability builds connection. And connection builds loyalty. And loyalty builds influence. The woman who's brave enough to be imperfect becomes the woman everyone wants to follow. Now let's talk about energy. Because this is where it gets really interesting. Have you ever noticed how some people just change a room when they enter? Not because they're loud, not because they demand attention, but because their energy is different. Psychologists call it emotional contagion. We unconsciously mirror the energy of people around us. So when a woman walks in radiating calm confidence instead of anxious energy, genuine warmth instead of defensive coldness, comfortable presence instead of desperate seeking, everyone in that room unconsciously adjusts to match. Suddenly, people feel calmer. Conversations feel easier. Connection feels possible. That's not magic. That's understanding that your internal state broadcasts constantly. And the woman who's done the inner work, who's made peace with herself, who's stopped seeking external validation, who's genuinely comfortable in her own skin, she broadcasts a frequency that everyone wants to be near. Not because she's trying to attract, but because being around her feels good. And in a world that often feels chaotic and disconnected, feeling good is the most magnetic quality there is. This is why self-love isn't selfish. Why inner work isn't narcissistic. Why prioritizing your peace isn't petty. Because the version of you that's truly at peace with yourself, that version changes rooms. That version builds connections. That version becomes unforgettable. Not by trying, just by being. So here's what I want you to understand. If you're watching this wondering if you have it, you do. You've always had it. You've just been taught to hide it. Society told you to be smaller, quieter, more palatable. Social media taught you that you need to look a certain way. The world convinced you that your worth is tied to others' approval. But the most magnetic women alive right now, they stopped listening to all of that. They stopped waiting to be perfect before feeling confident. They stopped shrinking to make others comfortable. They stopped performing and started being. And the result is women who walk into rooms and change them, who speak and people lean in, who exist and people remember. Not because they're perfect, because they're present. Not because they're trying, because they're finally, unapologetically themselves. So stop waiting. Stop measuring yourself against impossible standards. Stop hiding the parts of you that make you you. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs the original. It needs you, fully present, fully expressed, fully alive. That's the woman nobody can forget. See you in the next one.